Hey guys, welcome to Wear Rosie tutorial video. On this video we'll be learning how to make a wrap top. So the first thing you're going to do is to mark out your shoulder measurement, right? You mark out your neck and your shoulder measurement, and you mark your shoulder slope. So I'm using a baby measurement, but when you're making yours, you use your own measurements. Then you dip the neck by 1 inch. Mind you, first of all cut the back part before cutting the front part. Please guys, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. So now I've marked out the neck part. I dipped the neck by 1 inch. Okay, then I'll mark out my neck curve. Just very simple. I made the shoulder slope 1/2 inch, and then I'll mark out my armhole depth. Okay, so this is just like creating your bodies first. Just create your bodies. Okay, so that's just what I'm doing here. Then I'll mark out for the baby dress, for the armhole, I went up by 1 inch to create that curve. So I'll mark out my bust point and then the half length. Okay, and the half length is going to be the full length of the top, just the top of we're just making a wrap top. Okay, so you mark out the bust point, the bust area, and the length of the top. At the length of the top, that's where you're going to mark your waist circumference. Do you understand? So the measurements you mark are your bust measurement and the length of your top. Okay, because we're making a wrap top. Then we impute our measurements. You mark out your bust measurement and mark out your waist measurement, and then you connect your lines. So when you're done connecting your lines, this is how it's going to look like, just like a bodice. Okay, now you can choose to either fix a dart, you can choose to fix your dart, or you can leave it. It depends on you. Okay, since this part we're cutting is the back part, you can choose to create your back dart. Just to give it shaping, you can choose to create your back dart. Okay, so now we're done. So I'm going to cut it out now. So the measurements you need are your shoulder measurement, your bust, and your top length. At your top length, that's where you're going to be marking your waist measurement. Okay, or your stomach measurement, depends. So now we're going to be cutting it out. So this is the first step of creating your wrap top. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it out, and then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to be using this pattern to cut out our front pattern. So I'll be labeling this part the back part. So now you get your pattern paper and then you fold it into 2 so that we'll cut out the back pattern. Now for the front part that we're going to be cutting, remember, is a wrap top. Okay, so when you fold your pattern paper, you are going to leave like 5 inch at the front part, 5 inches or 4 inches, depends on how wide you want the front wrap of your top to be. Do you get? So you just place your back pattern on top of your pattern paper like so, and create an extension at the front. So the extension I made, the excess material I left is 3.5 inch in front. So in order for us to create that wrap effect, when you place your material like so, the next thing you're going to do is to mark where your neckline stops. Yes, can you see your neckline? Just mark it at the top, and then you connect it to the bottom part. Remember, the wrap dress doesn't have a neck part, just the shoulder. Okay, the neck part is open. That's what creates that wrap effect. Okay, so from your neck, where your neck area ends, you just mark it on top and you connect it to the bottom part of your pattern paper. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm marking that neck part, and then I connected it to the bottom part, the 3.5 inches that I created. I connected the line slantly. Do you get? So this is how to create your wrap effect. So what you just do now is to trace out your shoulder slope and trace out your armhole curve, as you can see in the video. So this is how to cut out the front part. That's why before you cut your wrap top, first of all cut the back part, because the back part is going to help you, like it's going to guide you on how to cut your front part. Okay, and as I said earlier, you can fix your back dart at the back pattern. You can fix your back dart. Okay, so now you just cut it slightly like so, and our wrap top is ready. Can you see? So the back part is in one piece, and then the front part is in two pieces, so that when you open it up, it will give you the wrap effect. Can you see how it's looking? Can you see that the neck part of the front is open? That's why we started cutting from the shoulder part. That's the beginning part of the shoulder. So now we're going to be cutting out the material from our pattern paper. You just need to just trace out your material from your pattern paper. Please remember to add your allowance when you're cutting. Either you add your allowance when you're cutting on your pattern paper, or you add it when you're cutting from the material. Choose your preference. Okay, the most important thing, remember to add your allowance. So I'm cutting out my material from my pattern paper, and I'm labeling all of them. So this is the front part, and then I'm going to cut the back part. So this wrap top, you can choose to make your wrap top a gown. You can choose to make it a peplum top. You can choose to create any design that you want. But this is the beginning. This is the first part. Okay, this is the basis of cutting a wrap top. So yeah. So now I'm just going to draft it out, and the next thing I'm going to do, if you'll be using a lining, you are going to use your lining to turn the neck and the sides. Okay, but if you're not using a lining, you can use your bias to bias the neck part and the sides of both the front and the back. So for the front, you bias that front slant line. Can you see how I'm showing you? You bias it, or you turn it up with your lining. After that, you join the shoulders. Okay, so now I'm done biasing the neck. Can you see I biased the neck part of the back, I biased the front slant of the front, and I biased the hands too, because I did it a sleeveless. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is to join the sides. And when you're joining the sides, you'll be fixing strips of material that is like rope for you to tie it. Do you get? So that you hold it in one piece. So when I'm done, this is how it is. I've joined the sides, and I fixed strips of material that's the same material now, rope like nature. Okay, so that I'll be able to tie it together like so. Now you can choose to use a press button for this. You can choose to use a rope, depends on you. Okay, so you can choose to use a press button. I think it will be finer. Yeah, or you choose a rope. Then you can decide to cut out like a band, a long band. It depends on you and your preference. So this is just the basis of how to cut a wrap top. If you want yours to have a sleeve, you just cut any type of sleeve you want for your dress, and then you fix it to the sleeve part. If you want yours to have a back dart, that's left for you. Okay, then if you also want yours to have a peplum, that means you won't have to fold the bottom part. You just cut your peplum and just attach it to it. So guys, this is how to cut your wrap top. Please, if this tutorial was helpful to you, please like, share and comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. See you on my next tutorial. Bye.